Hey guys, welcome back to table using the given data. That is security and ethics. Hello guys, Code 4 is back with another amazing video. This video is all about the frequently asked questions from chapter 4 of Computer Science IGCSE. If you are new to this channel is all about educative stuff, so don't forget to subscribe. Without further ado, let's get started. Before moving on to the video, I would like to tell you some things about this video. The questions which are discussed in this video are from past papers. All questions explained may come or may not come in your board exam. The answers discussed here are from marking scheme, so don't worry about that. There will be all frequently asked questions from each chapter and are in order. Questions from 2015 to 2020. It's up to date. Past paper code for each question given on the left top side of your screen. Marks for each question are given in square brackets. The video also has memory tips which will help you remember answers. Each day there will be a video posted on each chapter FAQ. It's that simple. If you want an A star in your mark sheet, just turn on the notification bell to always and subscribe Code 4. The fourth chapter is Operating System and Computer Architecture. If you aren't familiar with this chapter, click the card on your screen right now for the chapter explanation video. Then come back to FAQs after learning. One of the key features of von Neumann architecture is the use of buses. 3 buses and 3 descriptions are shown below. Draw a line to connect each bus to its correct description. The 7 stages in a von Neumann fetch execute cycle are shown in the table below. Put each stage in the correct sequence by writing the number 1 to 7 in the right hand column. The first one has been done for you. So this is an easy question at first, and then the B part question is a hard one. Now I will teach you how to understand this concept with ease and how to answer it correctly. So match the following goes like this. But wait, see what I have underlined. The address bus is matched to this unidirectional bus carries signals relating to memory addresses between processor and memory. Control bus. This bus carries signals used to coordinate the computer's activities. Data bus is matched to this bidirectional bus is used to exchange data between processor, memory, and input or output devices. So here it is mentioned address bus, and in the description it is mentioned address. So it's obvious that address bus will be matched to this description. Here in the third bus it is written as data bus, and in the second description it is mentioned as used to exchange data. So this is also obvious that data bus will be matched to this description. And now suppose if you don't know what was the control bus description, the missing one would be the one. That is, carry signals used to coordinate the computer's activity. Control means coordination. So this is an obvious answer too. For the second part of this question, this is the answer. So there is an order which you may have to memorize. But if you understand, it's more good as you can remember for a long time. Okay, so first the PC has the address of next instruction. It is already mentioned as 1. By this, you can understand that the next step is going to be the address is copied to the memory address register via the address bus. So that's the second one. The address contained in the program counter is copied to the memory address register via the address bus. What's next? The instruction is copied from the memory address register, then placed in the memory data register. So we know this is the third step. The instruction is then copied from the memory location contained in the MAR and is placed in the MDR. The fourth step should be instructions copied from the MDR to CIR. That is this one. The entire instruction is then copied from the memory data register and placed in the current instruction register. Then the program counter value is raised by 1 or incremented. That is this. The value in the PC is then incremented so that it points to the next instruction to be fetched. After we find out what is the fifth step, the sixth one is reasonable. The address part of the instruction, if any, is placed in the MAR, that is memory address register. So last but not the least, the seventh step would be the instruction is finally decoded and is then executed. This cycle is called the fetch, decode, execute cycle. I have seen many write fetch, execute, decode cycle, so be a little careful about this. Let's move on to the next question. Though this question is not asked so frequently, I thought you can get used to this type of confusing questions. The next question is, signals are sent to and from the components of a processor using buses. Identify and describe the purpose of two different buses. Bus 1, purpose, and the bus 2 also includes description of purpose. This question has repeated a lot of times. Forget about how many times it is repeated, but look at the marks you can get if you answer it right. It's 6 marks. We already saw a match the following question on buses, and the same applies here. Writing the name of the bus and the purpose. Name of the bus carries 1 mark and purpose carries 2 marks. This is how the marking scheme looks if you haven't seen one yet. So, we all know that there are 3 buses and they are address bus, data bus and control bus. You can write either address bus, data bus or control bus, any 2 of these following in the space provided for you to write the bus name. Then for the description, if you have written address bus, you can write carries address or location. And you also know that address bus is unidirectional and control bus is also unidirectional and only data bus is bidirectional. If you have written data bus, you can write it carries data or you can write an example of data. And you can also write carries the data that is currently being processed. Because it is bidirectional, it can carry both ways. If you write control bus, you can write carry signals or control signals. You can write the data can travel in only one direction, so it is unidirectional. The next question is, state 3 functions of a typical operating system. The most repeated question in computer science papers till now. Easy to get full marks and there are over 10 plus answers. But there are 3 things easy to remember. So don't worry about this 3 marks. But knowing 5 answers is well and good for this question. So the answers stated in the marking scheme are provides a user interface, input or output, control or handling, security, handling interrupts, memory management, processor management, etc. etc. We all know that an OS is meant to provide a user interface, and that's a function, a key function of an operating system. And also, even more common answer is maintaining user accounts, and that's obvious. Multitasking, multiprogramming, and security are the 3 things which I told you are easy to remember, and the rest are just common knowledge. Make sure to remember at least 5. Moving on to the next question. Describe the stored program concept when applied to the von Neumann model, a 4-mark question. This 4-mark question has been asked for 5 marks, 3 marks, and also have been repeated multiple times. Let me explain you the concept with ease. First, let me read the concept mentioned in the marking scheme. The program is stored on a secondary storage device. Data and instructions are moved to memory or random access memory. The data and instructions are stored in the same memory or random access memory. Data and instructions are moved to registers to be executed. Instructions are fetched one at a time. So, this question is actually a tricky one, but don't worry. Look at the marking scheme. The second and the third point are nearly the same except the word moved and stored. So 2 marks you can easily remember. It's actually the fetch, execute, decode step. The data and instructions are moved to the memory and then it is stored in the memory and then the data is moved to registers and it is fetched one at a time so that the instructions are executed. That's all. This is the process. Make sure you remember it. That's the end of the frequently asked questions on chapter 4. Thanks for watching. New video will soon be available for all 8 chapters. So stay tuned on Code 4. Make sure you comment your doubts and we would appreciate all valuable feedbacks from you. Like, share and subscribe. Chapter 5 FAQs coming soon.